So hello everybody, welcome back to Teach Zdenek YouTube channel. And today I'm here with Enrique. Hi Enrique.
Hi, Zdenek. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you yourself?
Fine, thanks.
Are you drunk?
Sorry? Your t-shirt. I didn't notice. Are you drunk? No, I'm not. It's a good thing for, especially for your audience, because when I'm drunk, I get even more unbearable than I'm normally. As you know, I'm very talkative and very, but when I'm drunk, it's even worse. So
As in you are even more drunk, even more talkative.
more talkative and
Mm.
more annoying. let's
Oh, well,
let's say that way.
annoying. Sometimes it correlates with talkative, and we need talkative people here. So if it's a little bit annoying and talkative, we will take it. We
I
will
fit in
take you
your
here.
show. I fit in your show then.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the first thing I wanted to mention, my t-shirt, because obviously this is so important for everyone. Everyone wanted to know that, right? But secondly, did you guys see the new intro? Did you like it? I hope so. You can let me know in the comments. As always, this is a live English lesson, so
Mhm.
you guys can get involved. This is an interactive show. You can ask questions, you can leave comments in the super chat as we do the lesson. So, Enrique, you told me that you barely made it today. What
Yeah,
happened?
it was a nightmare. I got stuck in a traffic jam, and I thought I posted you a message. I thought I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it today. So I decided to uh, to come to my mother's house. In fact, I'm now. It isn't my house. It is my mother's house. So I decided to pay her a visit because it's good to visit your parents from time to time. And my mother, by the way, lives alone, so she is very happy whenever I come round to vis- uh, to visit her. So I had to explain to her in a minute. Sorry, mom, you have to leave me alone for at least 50 minutes because I'm taking an English lesson. But since she's my mom, she didn't got angry or anything like that. She's very
Mhm.
good. So she went to another room to watch the television. And we are going to talk later on. Don't worry. Take your English lesson. I leave you
Nice,
alone.
nice, wonderful. What a story that is. Obviously, so you would. So if had it not been for this, had it not, or were it not for this live lesson, you wouldn't have come to your mother's house, right?
Right, because I decided to come here because she lives closer, very close to the point where I was in stuck in
Yeah.
my car. So I said, well, it's only 10 minutes to my mother's house, and it's maybe 20 or 25 minutes to my own house. So I decided to do that so that I could be able to make it because I had an appointment. Is it correct? An appointment in this situation? I had a meeting with you. An appointment is more personal, I think.
Yeah, I would say it's better to say a me. Well, you had a less. It's a lesson, right? It's a lesson.
Yeah.
So, you could say I had an appointment with you, as in I suppose you could say that we made an appointment. Yeah. So, but
Well, what I
yeah.
wanted to express is that we already set up a time. We had a schedule, and
Yeah.
I didn't want to fail you, Zdenek.
Well, thank you so much. I'm very grateful to you. Thank you for that, Enrique. It's greatly appreciated, obviously, by everyone, not just by me, but by the people watching us right now, such as Heart and Skills
Okay.
and Adam.
Hello, Adam.
and
Long time
hopefully
no see.
and hopefully some more people too who haven't posted a comment yet, but obviously they can still do that. So Enrique, what do you want to talk about today? Do you have anything um, have anything in mind in particular?
No, I'm not. But if you want, I was talking about parents. If you want, can talk about childhood or parenthood. I don't know how to call it. But I think my mother's house is, as you see, she has pictures and chandeliers. A lot of it's cozier. Can I say this? Cozier than mine. Yeah. My house is more normal, but
Yeah.
she has a more beautiful house. So I think your audience will in the end benefit also from that from that
Cozier.
turning
Yeah. Yeah.
cozier, cozier,
Cozy.
cozier,
Cozy.
cozy,
Cozy. Cozy.
cozier,
Yeah. Z
cozy,
sound.
cozier.
Cozier. Hmm.
I have problems with the Z sound, as you told me the other lesson.
Yeah. I
Cozier.
mean, yeah. Nice. Okay. So what's that picture behind you then? Would you like to tell us more about it? Is there a story behind it, or do you know where your
Not.
mother go to?
It is a Spanish painter. It was my father's friend. It was a friend of my, well, if a friend of my father. My father's friend.
It's better. Yeah.
A friend of him. Is it
A friend of my father's,
a
yeah.
friend
So
of
it's
my
like a friend of
father's?
mine, a friend of my father's.
Yeah,
But to be honest, it was my father's friend is probably the best way to say it.
the best way. Okay,
Hmm.
so my father passed away, unfortunately. So my mother lives alone. But this painter was very, in my opinion, very good painter, and my father used to give him a picture or tell him about, I would like you to paint this kind of thing or another this, and he then painted as my father told him, because he was a very good friend of him.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, it does look nice. It does look nice. Some boats there. I
Yeah.
can't see it all,
in
but
front in front of me there's another painting, which is the street where my father was born,
okay.
in Salamanca, a Spanish city, very beautiful city. I highly recommend to go to Salamanca if you are a tourist or you are interested. It's a very beautiful city. Salamanca. In
Yeah.
the center, is closer to Madrid than Seville.
Hmm. I like the names the name of the city, Salamanca. It has a good ring to it,
Yeah,
Salamanca. So
yeah.
it's
It
really interesting name. Yeah.
over there. There's the maybe the oldest or one of the oldest universities of Spain.
Hmm.
So it's a very live place with a lot of students, uh, a very nightlife. It's a wonderful place from every point of view, for especially for young people who want to have fun, but also it has a lot of history, a lot of heritage,
Yeah.
so if you are interested in it, there are two cathedrals there. There are an old cathedral and a new cathedral, so it's maybe one of the maybe it's the only place I can remember with two cathedrals.
Cathedrals. Actually, this is a tough word to
Tough
pronounce.
word. Tough.
Tough
Yeah.
word, cathedral. But you were doing a good job. Yeah,
Yeah. Thank you.
you were pronouncing it well. Okay, we also have Zbigniew here. It's fantastic to have you here, Zbigniew. Thanks for making it. Um,
Oh,
so
is he Beno?
it's
The
Benno
pod.
Marvel. Yeah,
Oh,
Benno Marvel is
the
here
the
as well.
the podcaster. I love his podcast. because he
Ki-
talks about music, and I love music,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah. I am well aware of his podcast. Can you tell us the name of the podcast?
the Garrulus podcast.
The Guerrillas podcast. Okay, let's put it on the screen. Oh my god, I always forget how to spell this word. It's a tough one. Is it double R? I think it is. The Guerrillas podcast by Benno Marble. Yeah. So guerrillas, ladies and gentlemen. I think Enrique knows what guerrillas means. Yeah.
Well, it's like a very very talkative, like it's like the maybe I'm also a Garrulus, Garrulus. It's difficult to pronounce also Garrulus.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna check it just to be sure. But guerrillas, I think guerrillas. Wait. Oh god. Guerrilla. Guerrillas. What? Guerrillas. Actually. Well, 1 second. Uh, 1 second. It seems like there are more versions. Yeah, Garrulus. That's what I thought.
Ah,
Uh,
Garrulus.
yeah, I just checked it online, and I always thought it would be pronounced Garrulus,
Hmm.
and then one of the pronunciations I found was Guerrillas. So I was like, what? It's yeah. I trust the Cambridge Dictionary the most. So Garrulus,
Garrulus.
Garrulus.
So the accent is then in the first syllable.
Yeah, it should be. Let me see again. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Garrulus. Mm-hmm. Like Gareth Bale, Garrulous podcast.
Okay.
So I know you are a big fan of Benno's. You listen to his
Mm.
podcast. Uh, Podcasts are brilliant for improving your English, aren't they?
Yeah, of course. I'm also a big fan of your podcast, and I think Beno has, as you also have something, is the ability to communicate. You know, it is. I don't know if it's something that you learn or something innate. Is it innate, correct?
Uh,
Or
Innate is a good word. Yeah,
yeah,
meaning you were born with it.
born with it?
Hmm.
Maybe there's a component of of it, which is innate, because you see that people who maybe uh, aren't you are people who aren't journalists, or people who are normal people with a different job, which has nothing to do with communicating, but they are very communicative and very, because they have that ability.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I
And
think it could
you
be
have that,
depending.
Zdenek, and Beno also have that ability to
Okay.
communicate.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you. I think it could be both. It could be you could be born with it a little bit because obviously we are either extroverts or introverts or something in the middle, so that's kind of born, that's your personality, right? But as well as that, I think you can develop this little bit, can't you? You just it depends on the people you surround yourself with and on the upbringing you get and all that. So I think it really depends. It's the good old discussion. What's more important, nature or nurture? Is it nature or nurture?
Yeah,
I don't know. I think the truth is in
in
between.
the middle. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe because you also develop, as every ability, you of course develop it, the more you practice, and uh, the more you
yeah,
develop it. Maybe
absolutely.
when you are, I don't know how many podcasts you are in the podcast number 800, or then you are a master of podcasting, so
I don't know
you have
you're
that.
if you're I don't know if you are a master. I think you should be aware of your own development. You should acknowledge that you have come a long way, absolutely. But at the same time, you need to remain humble, and you should always think that you can get better. You should always think you can improve. So I think I'm experiencing both because obviously I can't deny it. The podcast and the quality of the episodes, the audio, the guests I am inviting, it's all much better than when I started with it, right?
Mm.
It's, it's a natural kind of progression there, but at the same time, it's by no means is this perfect. Yeah, so there's still a long way to go. But yeah, I think the podcast is doing just fine. And since you are mentioning my podcast called Zdenek's English Podcast, I'm about to I'm about to do my 400th episode, and I'm thinking of what I should do for it. So I've got some ideas, and I've got a really, really cool guest, I think, that all
Yeah,
of you will love to hear from. So look
I
forward
think
to episode 400, and
for
don't try to guess who it is, okay? Don't try to guess, because I might reveal with my facial expression, I might reveal the truth, and I don't want to do that. It's a surprise, okay? It's a surprise.
okay. I won't guess. I won't try to guess because
But
just in case I say the correct
what
answer.
what I will say right now is that I'm sure that out of three guesses, you would get it right, or most people here. So that's why I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
All right.
So I think
So
it's worth celebrating because 400
yeah,
are a lot of episodes.
it's a nice round number, and
Mm.
it's a big anniversary or jubilee or milestone. What could be a
Yeah,
good word to describe it?
yeah.
A milestone.
I like this
Right.
word,
Yeah, me too.
milestone.
Yeah. So, but we are here to talk about you as well, Enrique. So, I don't know. Tell us what you've been up to lately.
Well, I've been very busy because I work 120 kilometers away from home. So I spent maybe 3 hours of my life or waste. I don't know if waste is a better word because I spent 3 hours of my life in a car, commuting.
Yeah,
And I'm a bit fed up with that because I love my job. I love what I'm doing. I decided to go because later, before I worked in Seville, I was also happy with, but I wanted to change.
yeah,
So that's the drawback, or the not so good side of the change. But
yeah,
I think next year I'm going to come back to Seville to work here in Seville again
yeah,
because it's too much. As you know, I have two kids. They are small. Yes, they're still very small, so
mhm,
they demand also a lot of attention. My wife also works a lot, so
yeah,
I don't have I would like, because as you know I love languages. I would like to be more active in your Discord server, which is amazing. I love it.
yeah.
But I'm barely able to make it to
Your
uh,
kids.
yeah, but I normally attend the Manis event, and
Yeah,
well, the most convenient thing for me are podcasts
yeah,
because you can listen while you are doing another thing.
yeah. That's right. Especially, it's brilliant when it comes to driving, really
Yeah.
commuting.
Mm.
Whether you're driving a car,
Yeah.
as long as you can focus on two things at the same time. I'm not a driver, so I wouldn't be able to do that. But I'm sure experienced drivers can listen to
Yeah.
podcasts and drive cars. Yeah, and I consider you an experienced driver for sure. And
Well, I,
also, if you travel by bus, or
mm.
train, it's the same.
In fact, I think, Zdenek, that I recommend to listen to something or music while driving because it's more difficult to fall asleep to when you are a bit tired. You may uh, fall asleep while driving, which is very dangerous.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Well, listen to what though? Because there is something you have to focus on when you are listening to it, such as a podcast, especially
Yeah.
if this is the language you are learning. If the target language is the language you're learning, then it might require more, I don't know, brain power or more focus or concentration. Do you know what I mean? But when it comes to like listening to music, that doesn't really.
Mm.
Do you know what
But
I
at
mean? Like,
least, yeah, I know. But at least uh, you are listening to something. So I think it's good in terms of not falling asleep, because you may fall asleep with music. It depends on the music.
yeah,
If it's a very quiet and
that's
very,
right. Yeah,
very slow tune.
soothing, yeah, something soothing and relaxing. There are songs like
Yeah,
that. There are songs and tunes that help you fall asleep, right? The idea
yeah,
of this music is to help you relax and meditate, and some people can't fall asleep, so they listen to this music for that reason. So absolutely, um, this is a disclaimer. We are not suggesting that you guys should listen to quiet music or relaxing music while you drive. Not by
I
any
think
stretch of the imagination.
I think you should listen to Beno's music, which is very, energetic.
As long as it's not in Czech, which I fear that Beno sings in Czech a lot. That's the issue, because I don't like Czech music in general. I don't like when people sing in this
But
language.
but you know what, Zdenek, I like it because I don't have many opportunities, or I don't know anything about. I didn't know anything about Czech,
Yeah,
this kind of rock
yeah,
bands, from the Czech Republic. And Beno, with his podcast, he gives us information about
yeah.
this type of music. It's interesting for me. I'm also listening to a strange language, quote unquote strange language for me, because I don't know a single word of Czech.
Yeah.
So it's
just
interesting
just to
to.
explain to everybody, this podcast is in English. So what Benno does is that he always has some sort of topic, and then he talks about it in English, obviously. And if this topic is his music or his bands or any bands that he loves listening to, he will talk about it in English, of course. Yeah.
Yeah,
uh, I don't want to give people the wrong impression here.
no.
um, you can't sell this to me because I'm just not into any kind of Czech music. I just don't like it. Yeah. I don't like the language. Okay, it's my native language, so I don't know. Should I be a patriot? I don't know. I just don't like the music. I prefer English music. So
Well, it's a question of taste, and you shouldn't
yeah.
be so patriotic, Zdenek. I'm against patriotism. I'm not as patriotic Spanish neither.
High
I
five.
think we
High
we
five.
have to,
High five.
yeah, we have to be citizens of the world.
Listen, sometimes I feel more European than Czech. That's the way it is. That's the way it is, because thanks to this job, I have had the privilege to meet so many wonderful people around Europe and also across the whole world. And it just opens your eyes, really, that people are the same everywhere, and it doesn't really matter where the people are from. Of course, there is something interesting and beautiful about each of these people's each of these persons culture, let's say.
Yeah,
But at the same time, I don't know. I just like to look at people as individual personalities rather than wherever they are from. I think this could lead to nationalism, and I'm not a big fan of this. Not at all.
me neither. In fact, people
Yeah,
are people everywhere. We
yeah,
are all the same, independently where we were born. And
yeah.
of course, the key word, as you said, is culture. of course, different nationalities and places are very interesting in terms of cultures and knowledge. So we can learn from those cultures, different approaches to life. People live differently uh, in different places. So is
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, but I don't know. It's not that I hate the Czech culture. It's just it doesn't really it doesn't really impress me by anything. I don't know. I can't help it. Do you know what I mean? It's not that I'm not proud of where I come from. I guess I am a little bit, yeah, because I watch the football matches of the Czech Republic team and all that, and I cheer for the Czech players abroad, stuff like that. But when it comes to like, if you give me a choice between a piece of music which is in Czech and the singer sings in Czech and a singer that sings in English, all day long, I'm gonna go for the English one. Yeah, it's just the way it is. Maybe it's just about music. This I don't know.
Yeah, I think maybe we are more used to listening to music in English, especially pop and rock music. Those
Yeah.
styles are definitely the vast majority of bands and musicians come from the US and the UK. So we are maybe our ear are more accustomed to listen to English when it comes to rock, pop, that kind of styles, that kind of music.
Hmm.
But I think you should give it a try to to different languages.
Yeah, no, no, you're right. Maybe you know what? It's also partially my own obsession with English. I think that's
Mm,
also that. Let's be honest. I've been
mm,
learning this language all my life. I studied it at the university, and I just fell in love with the language. So maybe that's why. You know. So anyway, I know Benno is a good singer. By the way, I know that I've
mm,
heard his music before.
mm,
He has sent me some videos and things like that. So I know he's a great musician, and he's
mm,
also I think he plays the guitar as well.
yeah.
And yeah,
Mm,
he's excellent. He's actually a music teacher. He's actually a music teacher. He teaches
mm.
music. So yeah,
You can tell from his podcasts. You can tell he's a very good
he's passionate.
musician.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's passionate
Absolutely.
about music, and he explains everything. He explains how he made his records, how he mm, he explains the even the details of the different songs, the key they are,
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. No, lovely, wonderful. Okay, so Enrique, why don't we take a look at the language? I've been making some notes, a lot of examples of a very good language. I'm never able to like write it all down. It's impossible
Yeah,
because it's just not possible. It's not feasible because I'm doing too many jobs at the same time here. I need to be a good listener. I'm listening to what you're
yeah.
saying. I need to be doing a YouTube live, looking at the comments here, making this work, and at the same time, I want to take notes as a
It's
teacher. Yeah. So it's
Zdenek.
all it's all
I'm impressed. It's to me, it's like juggling. You are
yeah.
juggling.
It's a little bit like that. It's a bit like juggling. Yeah. But so I'm just saying, if someone noticed some mistakes that I'm not correcting, that does not mean that I didn't hear them. Sometimes it's because there were too many mistakes made at the same time, or I just maybe sometimes I didn't realize it, or didn't hear it, or didn't consider it important. So anyway, all right. Let's see. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, 1 second. That's this one. Okay, so Enrique, I like this phrase. I got stuck in a traffic jam.
Mhm,
So to get stuck, yeah, to
mhm,
get stuck. Where else can you get stuck? Let's give more examples with this expression, Enrique. Where else can you
mhm.
get stuck?
Mm, maybe I don't know. You guys stuck. Mm,
So sometimes you have
I'm not
buildings
sure.
that have more floors, and you can take the
Okay,
staircase, or
okay, and the lift or the elevator, the lift. Maybe
yeah,
in British English, I think it's lift. Lift.
that's right. You
You
can
you
get
you
stuck in a lift.
get
Yeah.
stuck in.
Uh,
I,
you
wa-
can get
I was
yeah,
thinking about eating when you are eating, having uh, any kind of food, but it's different. You choke when
yeah.
when a piece of when some food gets stuck in your throat, you choke, or I don't
That's
know.
right. But you as you described it, that was fine as well. Piece of food gets stuck in your throat.
Yeah.
There's no problem with that. And then as a result of that, you start choking. Yeah, which is another good word, to choke,
Mhm.
meaning you're not able to breathe, and yeah, it's quite serious. Someone has to hit your back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a traffic jam.
Mhm.
So that's when does this happen?
When there are
How
a lot of cars and the road isn't able to uh, you know the much more cars than the road can
handle it?
handle. Yeah.
Yeah, more, many more carts than the road can handle. Yeah, so
Yes,
it's
many more cars. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's right. So usually that means that your journey, wherever you're going, whether you are going to work or home, your journey is prolonged unnecessarily, right? As a result of that, as a
Yeah.
result of a traffic jam. The traffic comes to a standstill is would be another good expression.
Yeah.
All right. I wrote chose, but I meant choke, right? Choke. So, what? Oh, it's correct. It just is asking me to capitalize C because it's at the start of the next line, but no thanks.
Yeah.
No thanks. Not in this case. I'm at my mother's house. I decided to pay her a visit. I really like this collocation, to pay someone a visit. So if you pay someone a visit, Enrique, does it mean that you pay them some money? Do you have to pay them for something, or what does it
Not
mean?
not at all, Zdenek. You pay a visit. It's as you said, it's a collocation. So you you also may say I visit someone or I visited someone, but it's a collocation. I don't know how to explain why you pay the visits or you pay visits and you don't. You may say it. But
Yeah,
it's the way it is. I don't know.
it's just another way of saying to visit someone. Really,
Yeah, yeah,
that's it. It's an individual occasion, kind of, right? You pay someone a visit means you kind of visit them on one occasion, right?
mm,
Um, since she is my Okay. Since it was like this, since she's my mom, so since I like this word since at the beginning of this sentence. So what does it mean? Maybe some people don't know that since can be used in this kind of way. Often we use since instead of from in sentences with present perfect. For example, I have been learning English since I was a little boy. Yeah,
mm,
but
yeah,
sometimes since is at the beginning of the sentence like that.
mm,
And could you give us a synonym for that so that it would be clear to some people?
mm,
It's absolutely fine,
yeah.
by the way. It's
Okay.
totally fine. But
Because would be a
mhm,
synonym.
yeah,
Or I don't know.
because she's
Or
my mom. Yeah, well, in spoken English you can say it like that. Maybe in written English it wouldn't look good. if you started a sentence with because. But to be
Yeah.
honest, in spoken English is absolutely fine because she's my mom. Yeah.
Mhm.
Since she's my mom. So yeah.
Mm.
So it's basically this word is used for giving a reason, right?
Mhm.
Since for this
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
She got angry for this reason. She didn't get angry
Yeah.
because she's my mom, right?
Mm.
But you made a little mistake here. So what's wrong in this
Oh,
sentence?
did I say got instead of get?
You did, yeah.
I
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a horrible mistake.
It's a slip. No, it's not. I think it's a
It's
slip.
because
Just,
it's basic grammar.
yeah, but I think Enrique, the just from the way you are talking to me, makes me think that this was just a slip. You know, a slip. We all make slips. You know, it's normal. It's natural.
Mhm.
Sometimes I make mistakes on my podcast too, but I know, like whenever I listen back to it, I know it's wrong. I always
Mhm.
know. So these mistakes are actually less serious. Slips are less serious than something that we would call fossilized errors. Yeah.
Mhm.
Fossilized
Yeah.
errors, you don't know about them usually, or perhaps you do know about them, but you're never able to get it right. As a result of your brain having some sort of connection, your neurons are sort of wired in a certain way, and it's really difficult to break that.
Yeah.
But these ones
It,
are just slips. I don't don't worry about them. It's too much. It's not. They're
yeah.
natural. They're natural. Right. Now let's talk about the pronunciation then. So you are right. There is one thing that seems to be seems to keep coming back, and that's the pronunciation of a certain letter S. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we already talked about it last time. Yeah. So how would
Yeah.
you now that you can focus on these? How would you pronounce these four words? And
Okay. It would be music, visit, busy, and cozier.
the last one again?
Cozier.
That the second one was better.
Yeah.
Cozier,
Cozier.
cozy, cozy,
Cozier.
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 Good job.
Cozier.
Good job. Now this word, I believe, comes from French. So how do you pronounce this one?
Chandelier. Chandelier.
Sh. It's not ch. It's not ch like church. It's actually sh. Sh sound. Shan-
Chandelier.
yeah,
Chandelier.
that's right. Yeah,
Okay.
chandelier. Um, there are when it comes to ch, these two letters, there are actually three ways we could pronounce ch in English. Um, do I have this symbol here or not? It's missing. Where did it go? Okay, give me 1 second. I need to get this symbol here, this sh symbol. Okay, it's missing. Right. So, Enrique,
Mhm.
it could either be pronounced as sh, sh, or um, sh, or sh. And so let's see. Let's try to get everyone involved here. So we have got group number one. These are words pronounced as sh. So can you find any words starting with these two letters ch that have the sh pronunciation? So one of them is chandelier, to give you an example.
Mhm. Chandelier. Oh.
Chandelier. Then
Yeah.
we have group number two. These are words pronounced as or that start with the ch sound. Chair, let's say. And then
Yeah.
there are words that start with k sound, such as, can you think of
Mm.
an example?
Mm. Chorus. Chorus. The
Chorus, I think it's
chorus.
pronounced.
Chorus.
Chorus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I'm just gonna quickly check. I think it should be pronounced chorus. Yeah, chorus. That's right. So let's see. So we have champagne. Oh my gosh,
Oh,
champagne. I think it's
champagne.
pronounced
Okay.
champagne. another French word, yeah, and you will soon see a pattern here,
Mm.
guys. You will soon see a pattern that will help you understand what's wrong with the spelling. Did I misspell it? I did, didn't I? Yeah. Right. So, do we have any more?
Mm.
And the
I think church is the second one. It's like chair is the second
yeah.
one.
In fact, we have double ch sound in this word at the beginning and at the end as well.
Mm.
Okay. Do we have
But
any more?
with the first one, I can think of another one.
Go.
Champagne. Because
What about champion? What about champion?
oh, okay, champion. I think it's the first one, champion. Yeah,
No, it's the
or
second one,
the second
champion. Yeah.
champion. Oh, really? Champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Champions. Yeah.
I
We-
always say champion, but I maybe it was I thought it may be a fossilized error of mine.
yeah. No, it's not. It's not. Champions, right? Okay. What else do we have here? Any other suggestions, guys? We don't have much for group 3. So
Mm.
there is one subject that I used to really hate.
Chemistry.
Yeah, at school, chemistry. And Heart and Skills says that her favorite word is chores. Is that sarcasm? Chores. Do you know what chores are, Enrique?
Yeah, are little tasks you do because somebody tell you to do.
Yeah, it's the tasks you have to do around your house usually. Yeah, so the cleaning and shopping and washing up and all that, uh, taking out the rubbish bins. You know.
Yeah.
Can you guys think of more examples? Okay, we've got another one from music. Orchestra.
Mm,
Orchestra.
mm.
So now you can see that actually,
Máquina, also máquina.
oh, as in Deus ex machina.
Yeah, we were discussing this movie Ex Machina last Monday.
Okay. Uh, yeah, I'm just checking the pronunciation. Yeah, actually, it can be pronounced machina.
Deus ex machina.
Machina or machina. Wow. So it could be in two groups. According to this dictionary here, it could be in two groups. But personally, I
So,
believe machina is the most likely one. Yeah. Okay. Um. Yeah. This really works. I think it's only used in this phrase, right? Deus ex machina. I think it's from Latin.
mm,
Um, well, there is a similar word which ends with e. Where would you put that word? Like a computer is a kind of a device, or I don't know if you could say that.
eh, do you mean the meaning of the word?
No, there is another word which kind of means device, right?
Mm,
Or electronic device or something like that. And it
but,
looks very similar. Ma-
gadget, but it
uh,
isn't
no,
have
this word, machine.
machine. Okay, machine. Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
is it machine or machine?
Ma- ma-
What was it? Machine or machine?
I think it's in the second group. I'm
I think it should
machine,
be. I think it's
machine,
in the. I think it's in the first group.
really,
Machine. Yeah, it should
machine,
be the machine. Yeah. So I think. What about the word chef? What about the word chef?
chef. Chef. I I would say it's in the first group, but I'm not sure.
You're right. Yeah. And I don't know what else. Check.
Czech is in the second one.
Yeah. That's right. And what else? I think we can leave it there. So as you can see, you have to be really careful because there are three different ways you can
Mhm,
pronounce ch in English, yeah, which can get quite tricky.
mhm.
If you ask me, Zdenek, is there a rule? Um, not sure there's a rule, but what I would say is that the words that come from French often tend to be pronounced as sh. Yeah, like chandelier is definitely a French word. Champagne is a French word. Not sure about machine. I actually think machine comes from Latin, I think.
I think so. But
Yeah.
chef maybe also a
Chef
French
is
word.
probably chef is probably a French word, yeah. And then I believe ch is the most, let's say, common pronunciation, even Chinese, right?
Mm, yeah.
Choke. We talked about the word choke today. Chisel. I think the
Mm,
most words have this pronunciation ch. And the group number three, I believe those are words mostly coming from Latin. So I can see some sort of a pattern here. Chorus, chemistry, orchestra. These are definitely Latin words. Yeah. So I
mm,
can see a pattern here, but I don't think it's 100% reliable.
mm.
Okay. All right. So
These lessons, Zdenek, make me think how difficult is. I realize how difficult is English pronunciation. Because I didn't notice the first group. Maybe I always went for the second or the third one.
I mean, your English is at such a high level that on the one hand we could say, well, do you really need to know this? Like
Well,
you are able to communicate. I guess if you want to take it further, it could help to analyze it in this kind of way, to look at the linguistics and
yeah,
uh
it's always help.
okay.
It always helps, Zdenek.
Well, I'm glad you say that. I share that view myself, and I think it's very nice to look at the phonetics and phonology of the language. I think it will it will kind of show you a completely new world. Like you might think you are an expert, that you are super fluent, that you know
Mm,
a large number of idioms, but then you might struggle pronouncing certain words. You might struggle with the stress,
yeah,
word stress, sentence stress, intonation. There's just so much to it, you know. There's just so much to English that you should never think that you know it all.
of
You
course.
know.
We English learners must be humble people because I think so, because it's very difficult to master. Uh, because in terms of grammar, it may be not the most difficult language, but when it comes to pronunciation, well, it isn't that easy.
Yeah.
Pronunciation. Even that word is difficult to pronounce.
Yeah.
Pronunciation.
That's right. That's I think they designed it in a way that it would be difficult to pronounce. Yeah. Okay. So basically, this is interesting. Yeah. So we are talking about what's called genitive case here. Yeah. So we can either say my friend. This is the most common way of saying it, right? My friend, using the possessive adjective my friend, your friend, his friend, her friend, and so on.
Mhm.
And of course, we can replace the word friend with a name. So, well, can we? No. Well, I didn't mean that. Sorry, I meant uh, someone from our family, like my father, my brother, my
Yeah.
sister. Yeah? That's what I meant.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Okay.
But there is another way of saying it using this interesting structure: a friend of, and then you have to use this pronoun,
Mhm.
which is not the same pronoun as this one, though.
Mhm.
Um, Actually, these ones are called possessive adjectives. Don't ask me. Well, I know why, because they are in the position of adjectives. Whereas these ones are called possessive pronouns, as far as I know. So you have got. So if the phrase ends with, if you want to end the phrase with the pronoun, you can't say my. Yeah, you can't say a friend of mine, or you can't say this glass is my. Yeah, there is a different form of the pronoun: mine,
Mm.
yours, theirs, his. His is the same, right? His, but hers, hers, her, hers, right? I'm not sure if I'm
But I think,
explaining this.
Zdenek,
If
let
yeah,
me let me ask you something. But when I said my father's friend, and also I tried to say uh, a friend of my father's, which would be, I think it
yeah,
would be a friend of him. Hmm, should I have said a friend of him,
no,
or is it
no,
correct?
no, a friend of his.
A friend of his.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we need to basically let's make a table. Yeah, let's make a table here. Very elaborate table. So here we have possessive adjectives, and here we have equivalents, which will be possessive pronouns. Okay. So once again, the possessive adjectives are used in the position of adjective. So before the noun, right before the noun. So my friend, your
Mhm,
father, my sister, right? So we have got my, obviously everybody knows this, your,
mhm,
her, his. What else do we have? It's,
mhm.
our,
There,
your. The last one
there.
is there, right? There.
Mhm,
By the way, guys, there is pronounced exactly in the same way as this word, yeah? If you didn't
mhm.
know this. There. Which a lot of people think it's always there, but it's not really. It's there.
There. Okay.
There. Yeah. Just look it up. You will see. Right. So we say my brother, your brother, her brother, his brother. But then we can say, um,
Mine.
do we say a brother of mine? We don't say that, do we? Brother of mine. We don't say that. But let's see. So mine. You say we can say this this glass is mine. Yeah.
Mhm,
Remember Gollum in the Lord of the Rings?
mhm.
What he always used to say?
Uh, the-
It's mine.
it's
It's
mine. Yeah.
mine. My
Mhm,
precious, right? So
yeah.
my precious is possessive adjective, but if you say it's mine,
Mhm,
then when this is at the end of the that phrase, you can't say it's my. Yeah. This has to follow something.
mhm.
But now what about this one?
Yours.
Yours, her.
Mm, mm.
This glass is not
Hers.
yours, but it's hers, right?
Hers. Mm.
Hers. Mm-hmm.
His is. I think it's then is the same. His.
Yeah, yeah. Do you
It
remember you said
isn't
you
him.
accidentally
It
said
isn't
him?
him. Okay. Okay. It isn't
Him
him.
is no. Him is an object pronoun, right? Give it to him.
Mhm.
So that's why this has to be. It's a friend of his. Yeah.
Okay. I see.
Okay. It's. I guess it has to be it's. I never
Yeah.
really heard this one though. I've never really heard it. So, but ours,
Mm.
yours, and theirs, right?
Yeah.
That's it. So
Yeah.
this structure. You could say a friend of my father's as well. So instead of mine, you say a friend of my father's with the apostrophe,
Okay.
or friend of Peter's as well.
Mhm.
Peter apostrophe s, friend of Peter's, I guess. But to be honest, like this is the most common way of using this structure with this expression, a friend of mine.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's move on. Today is very grammar heavy, everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
So
basic grammar. That's
and speak.
you have
I don't think.
a
Well,
basic guest.
the question is this basic? Um,
Well,
I don't know. I think it might be intermediate, pre-intermediate, intermediate. No, you know. Okay. This is a mistake. This is a fossilized error. I noticed. Yeah, Enrique.
I
What's wrong
highly
with this? What's wrong with this sentence?
recommend to go to some. I don't know. I highly recommend.
This is about verb patterns. Yeah.
Mm,
So sometimes you have to use infinitive. Sometimes you have to use ing.
okay, okay.
Uh,
Going. It
Yeah.
should be going.
Yeah. So let me just give you two verbs which are followed by ing, and people often make a mistake in them. So one of them is recommend, and the other one is suggest. Also the same problem. Yeah. As you can see, I think advice as well. I think advice as well. Yeah. So these three verbs have kind of very similar meaning, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are always followed by an ing form.
I'm gonna check advice, but I think so. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure about advice actually. I need to check that. Do you guys do you guys know? Is there a teacher here listening to this? If there is a teacher, I think actually advice might be different. Yeah, advice is different. But let's not include advice in this group. But recommend and suggest should always be followed by ing. However, there is a second option if you want to find your way around it. You could also say that. I highly recommend that.
Mm.
How would you complete the sentence?
That you go to Salamanca.
That's right. The same with recommend. Yeah. But don't say, you see, it's even underlined here. Actually, what if I write advice? Maybe I could check it here. You see, this is, huh? So I was right. Look,
Mm. Yeah. So it follows the same
I highly
pattern.
advise. Wait. No, I'm not. I might not be because it's you. Yeah. I think advise someone to do something. I think. But if it's without you, then it has to be going. Yeah, as you can see.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
advise going there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
In
advise
general. Yeah.
somebody to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
When
one
you are
is
talking in general, it's with ing.
yeah, it's a bit confusing. I know, but definitely be careful after recommend and suggest. You need ing or that clause, right?
Mhm.
Um, I think you want to use a different word here.
It's a very. Oh yeah. I was looking for an adjective.
Yeah,
Uh, uh, a very lively or very.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
mm, you
Yeah.
know.
No, I think that's better. Lively, full of energy,
Mm,
vibrant, maybe.
mm.
Vibrant would be a good word as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Um, live is sometimes used as an adjective as well. It's not a wrong adjective. I just think lively fits better here.
Mhm.
You can have a live YouTube lesson, or you can have a live, I think, live cable,
Mm.
which is not. I'm not an electrician. Um, a live cable is a cable that has electricity in it, right?
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
you shouldn't touch a live cable, basically.
Mhm.
Um, I think you say a live animal as well. Yeah,
Mhm.
as opposed to dead. Uh, or you could say alive. The animal is alive as well, I suppose. An innate ability again. So if you have an innate ability, what does it mean, Enrique?
You were born with this ability.
Exactly. Nature versus nurture. This is the ultimate debate. Like, what has more impact on people's, let's say, development?
Mhm.
Uh, is it nature? Is it your genes, or is it nurture? Is it your upbringing
Yeah.
and the society? You know, it's the ultimate debate. How do
Yeah.
you pronounce this word, Enrique?
Drawback.
Much better. Yeah, draw back,
Draw, draw,
drawback.
drawback.
Perfect.
Sometimes I pronounce the W and the W is silent in this
Hmm.
word.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe
now,
I,
now,
I made I made that mistake.
yeah. I think you mispronounced it, but now it's perfect. Now, what's wrong with this again? So there's another example of what we have already
Well, it's
discussed.
the same. I recommend listening to something instead of
Yeah.
instead of infinitive. It should
Yeah.
be gerund and an
Exactly.
ing form.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Different Okay. How about this? Can you pronounce the whole sentence to me, please?
Okay. Different cultures and people are very interesting.
Much better. Much better. Um, I sometimes notice with some of my students that they somehow do something with this word, that they stress the wrong syllable or just do something weird with their intonation. Different cultures and people are very interesting. So this is a statement. So the intonation of a statement should go down. Yeah. Different cultures and people are very interesting. So you go down with your intonation like this. Yeah.
Mhm.
The stress. Where's the stress in that word?
Interesting, interesting,
Interesting, or interesting.
interesting. It's in the first syllable.
The first syllable.
The first syllable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now I need to do it like this now. Okay. I don't know why I underlined. I underlined it because I didn't want to forget that there was a mistake in that word. Yeah. This
Mhm.
is a silly. I think this is just a slip again. So what's wrong with this?
Our ear. Well, it is in uh, singular, and there I
Yeah.
used a plural verb. It doesn't make any sense.
It should
our
be
ear,
ears. Our
yeah,
ears.
our ears are more accustomed. Yeah, it's come to yeah,
Yeah, accustomed meaning to be used to
yeah,
something, right?
yeah.
You can be accustomed to doing something, meaning you're used to it. Hmm.
Mhm.
Um, how would you pronounce this, Enrique?
He explains everything.
Okay. Is there any sort of link?
He explains everything. He yeah. He and the two e's are linked. I think he explains everything.
So the
Explains everything.
links happen. Links happen. Um, the last sound is often linked with the last sound in one word is linked with the first sound of the following word. So sometimes you just link it like he explains everything. So here is just everything. Yeah, the link is everything. He explains everything.
Mhm.
Yeah, that would be the link everything because there's a consonant sound and then the following word starts with a vowel sound. But what about here?
Yeah,
We have two vowel sounds here.
they are the same. So uh, there's also a link there.
Uh-huh.
He explains
There
everything.
is there is what we call an intrusive sound. Intrusive sound, actually. I have recently done a mini lesson about
Yeah,
it.
I
What-
listened to it. Yeah, it's like
um,
yeah, he explains like a Y.
it's a y sound. It's a
Yeah.
y sound. Yeah. I have done a mini lesson for patrons. So it's the next English podcast patrons. And I talked about these intrusive sounds. So basically, when you read these two words in isolation, the sound is not there, but it kind of appears as an intruder. It sort of appears out of nowhere because it's easier to pronounce it, because we would otherwise you would have two vowels following one another. That's and why is it y? Because he ends with the e sound, and it's like when your mouth kind of smiles, yeah, e, and y, y. The position of your mouth is quite similar to e, y, y, y. You also you kind of smile, and that's why he explains. Actually, it's he explains. But it's very subtle. Yeah, it's not like he explains, but it's there. He explains. He explains everything.
Yeah.
Try it. Try to pronounce
He
it.
he explains he explains everything. He
Try to say
explains
everything.
he explains everything.
That's it. Nice one. All right. Okay, so Irena is clarifying advice. She says that you can use to and ing, depends on the structure. Yeah, I think advice is different from suggest and recommend. Recommend and suggest has to be followed by ing, or as Monica says, that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very grammar heavy episode. I did not expect
Yeah.
this. Why not? Why not?
Why not? It's always interesting, and I hope other people can benefit from that.
Me too. And I think that will be it for today. Thank you very much, Enrique,
Thank you,
for
Zdenek.
attending the class.
A pleasure.
And thanks to everyone else for being here with us, whether you were watching from Facebook or on Teachers Zdenek YouTube channel. Thank you very much. And one last thing, please hit the like button and the subscribe button. It's going to help out the YouTube channel. Thanks very, very much. And I'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Zdenek.
Bye-bye.
Bye.